Good morning, everybody. My name is Ellisa Cooper, and this is Cooking in Quarantine. So today, I'm going to do a few things, making a pasta over here, but I have such a great thing that I'm so excited to introduce that I am having a celebration today. Hello, Carolyn. How are you? So I know that in the middle of the week it might be unseemly to drink at high noon, but I have something that I'm so excited about that I'm in a little bit of a celebration. The scarf that I just had over my face has kind of messed up my hair, but what are you going to do? So, good morning, Denise and Elizabeth. So I'm popping a cork because I'm so excited about what I'm about to show you. So, over the weekend, I kind of got it in my head. I realized that I spend so much time doing things here that you guys are probably very familiar with my ear. You could identify me in the morgue. That said, I kind of went down a rabbit hole and decided I really needed some kind of a fix-it here so that I could do some work here and talk to you guys straight on. So I found this wonderful little kitchen island. Now, not only is it exactly what I need, but it folds up to be 2 feet tall and 6 inches wide. So it can get stowed behind things, under things, anywhere. I have never been happier with something since I bought my first iPad, as I said. So, baby celebrating today. Here we go. It's on wheels, it folds up. It's literally called the origami kitchen cart. So I have a friend who lives in Soho who texted this morning and said, I've ordered one of my own. I'm absolutely blown away with this thing. So this is why we are celebrating this morning. And watch how easily, all I have to do is like a little door, give it a swing, and I can get right back out and I can put things in the fridge. Do I still wish that I had an extra, 5 or 7 inches width in my kitchen? I do. But, what's that old saying? If wishes were something, I don't know. But anyway, I now have a little something that I'm wishful for, and I'm very happy. So today I'm going to make a blistered corn mint pesto pasta that will be something that I'll serve like over greens, but it is something that I'm going to have to cook and then wait for it to chill because this is a cold thing for me that also, like I said, I'll serve over greens. But I went ahead and cooked several ears of corn. So for lunch today, I'm going to have some corn on the cob. And one of my favorite things with corn on the cob is lime jalapeno butter. I make it almost every time that there's corn on the cob. And it is absolutely fantastic. So I am here getting a little lime going. I have a pan over here that I've put a half a stick of butter in because if you're going to make it, you might as well make a little bit, right? Have a little laying around because that's kind of the theme of my show today is how easily you can do things if you take the time every couple of weeks or once a month or something and devote an afternoon or a couple of hours to getting some stock items in your house. Things that you could buy prepared at the grocery store. But why would you have grocery store if you can have your own fabulous, made exactly to your specifications, right? So I have just juiced a little lime here, and I'm going to just put a nice slit down this jalapeno so that as it's cooking, that the butter and the juice is going to get up in here and get the capsaicin out of the seeds. So, here we go. I really have got to spend today and clean the copper, but we're going to do that a little later. I'm going to let that butter start to melt a little bit. There we go. We're going to let that go. I'm going to start the water over here for the pasta. I did run out a little bit this morning. Yesterday, with all of the excitement and getting my new little kitchen island here, I ended up walking well over 10,000 steps, maybe for the first time in 2 or 3 months. So I'm feeling very good about myself today. So this is starting, the butter's starting to melt pretty quickly. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit and pour that lime juice in there. Perfect. And cheers to my new little friend here. Oh, yum. Wine and toothpaste, my favorite combination. So one of the things that we're going to do here with this pasta, like I said, it's going to be, I'm going to use my mint pesto, a little bit of my roasted garlic. I've got some little mozzarellas. I've got tomatoes in olive oil. But I'm going to add to this some corn that I'm going to blister in the skillet just to give it a little bit of a smoky quality. And so let's take some corn off the cob. What do you say? So, and like I said, 2 ears for the pasta, 2 ears for me. Okay, let's don't let this butter brown. We just want it, I think I may not have put this in seam side down. So maybe what I'll just do is put, oh no, I did. Very good, very good, very good. Just as long as you get lots of that good jalapeno-y goodness to leach down into your limey butter. Okay, and that is gonna be fine. It doesn't need to even melt all the way, right? I am going to, it's funny, I thought, oh, now I have all this extra space and I can have everything laying out ready for me. And yet, of course, I didn't get that quite done this morning. So here we go. I'm just going to take some corn off the cob. So how is everybody today? I'd like to say if you are in New York, please be careful because today is one of those cool days where there's just a hint of almost a chill in the air, but the sun is brilliantly strong. So it's one of those days that if you think you're gonna sit out and read for a few minutes in the backyard or on your terrace or on your roof, you're gonna burn. So please, please, please put on your sunscreen, wear your big hat, whatever you need to do to fight the ill effects of Mother Sun. All right, so I've got a little bit here. I do like corn so much, I just want to, muy delicioso. All right, so my jalapeno is here in my butter, and that doesn't need to do anything except, of course, just slosh all over me. I need trivets. Who's here? Hello, Mary. Hello, Phil. Hello, Carolyn. Now I can't reach my camera, so I can't see who's here. So I'm going to pull this back. I do have a big pot over here with some water, and I'm going to bring that up to heat to bring my other 2 corns just really fast, bring them back up to heat when I get done here and can eat. I have a little bit of chicken stock here left from something I did the other day, so I'm just going to add that to my pasta water. No reason to let it go to waste, and you can't let those sit in the fridge very long. Now that my water is starting to show a little bit of movement, just a little salt for that. And I, of course, lost my top. Don't know where it is anymore. And let's see, a little oil for here, just a little bit. And the reason I'm putting oil in my pan for the corn instead of butter is because this is going to go then into tomato, mint pesto, right? Things that all are made with an olive oil base. And so I like to keep like with like. Ah, there she caught. I have this avocado out because I now have 3 in the house, and I'm thinking that maybe this might be good with the addition of a little avocado too. So that was just something to remind me. How are we doing here? Give me a second while I go. I might need a top for this. There. Nope, not the right top. But beggars can't be choosers, so I'm going to put that there if I have to. So let's see what's happening with y'all today. Is anybody having trouble hearing me? Is that a problem? Oh, okay. So it's not me, it's just Carolyn that's having the problem. I'm sorry that you're having the problem, but at least I'm not causing it. So let's see what is going on here. I'm going to turn the heat on the pan in the back so that when this is all over, all I have to do is drop those in there for like 2 seconds, and then I'm ready to go. How's my water coming for my pasta? Let's see. it's coming. But it'll still come faster if I keep it covered. This is coming up to heat, and I can probably, oh, bench scrape. I have all these new toys that I haven't fully incorporated into my happy life. So let's take this. I'm gonna have to get better about keeping things out so that I can use my new space more efficiently. So here we go. Sizzle, sizzle, yum, yum, yum. So I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna press it all out so that it's kind of flat on the bottom of the skillet. And I'm just gonna let it lay here. I've got this on pretty high heat. I am gonna control it a little bit so that nothing burns too fast. We'd like them to burn equally, right? A little smidge of salt in here will not be bad. And a couple of cranks of pepper, I'm sure will be most welcome. Fantastic. And I'm just gonna let that sit while I check this. Still not boiling, a watched pot, they say. So here we go. And so let's see. Your iPhone must like pasta salad. So I'm glad some people can hear me. So here's to all y'all who can. And so what else do we need to do? So to get prepared for this little pasta that I'm making, I'll put my ears of corn over here. I got this pretty little bowl I can put some stuff in, and we can certainly chop up a few mozzarellas. Fantastic. The pasta water is boiling. So I have a cup of pasta here. I'm just going to put right in there. And since that's not a snug fit, it should be okay. And then while we're doing this, we'll cut up some mozzarella. I'll cut these probably into quarters, just so that they're more bite-sized and nobody has to use a fork. A knife while you're using these little babies. Now let's just get a couple of these out. Here we go. Oh, we're boiling over. So much excitement. There we go. Here we go. Now, you guys, you think that I would be better at this by now, but I'm really not. Normally, if I were here alone, I would just stick my big hands down in there and pull them all out. But that's not what's happening here today. So let's give this a stir. So my pasta's right down on the bottom. Let me look at my watch. Fantastic. Let me put this guy here. Let me check and see how many minutes they said that this would take to cook. Ah, here we go. 10 minutes. Fantastic. So, in the next few minutes, let's cut up a few pieces. Actually, a halves on these little guys is just about right, I think. Oh, go on. Make a mess. I don't care. I can stand it. So anyway, let's see. Get a few. I might want a few more of these. This looks kind of like a single serving to me. So let's take a few more of these out, because I think that this cup of pasta put on top of a bunch of greens would be really 2 servings if I were being fair. So this is probably about a 1/4 cup of mozzarella in here. And then let's see what our corn is looking like. Oh, yeah, we're starting to get little brown bits on it. So that's exactly what I want, is for it to brown a little bit. So I'm just going to let it sit really still and come over here and give this another little quick stir just so it doesn't lose its mind. And now I'm going to get a few of these guys out. And just in case I had that on something else, I, as you know, don't eat raw tomatoes because they are so disappointing, but I love them dried and I love them roasted. So I have this nice jar of tomatoes here, and it was full about a month ago, so you can see how many of these I go through left to my own designs. It almost sounds like my corn is trying to pop over here. I love it. It's just perfect. Needs just a few more minutes. And so I'm going to run my knife through this and make little bite-sized pieces of my sun-dried tomatoes. Right? And here we go. I wasn't sure this morning when I thought tomatoes and mint, and then I thought, why not tomatoes and mint? So here we have all of this goodness. There we go. And I'm just going to toss this into the same bowl with the mozzarella. No reason for those flavors to not marry a little bit while they're sitting here waiting for the rest of the stuff. Now I could use a little hand wash in here. Let's don't get it water in the butter because that would be terrible, right? Right? Okay, guys, so here we go. I think we can probably come pretty close. I would like it to be just a little browner, so I'm going to pile it right up in the middle, right up on where the flames are, and just get that a little bit there. That's probably getting to be more than warm enough so I can turn my emergency heating water down. When you've got things like this that you use over long periods of time, try not to leave them open too long because there's spores of all kinds of living things in the air that can get down in there and start the process of ruining your good stuff. So keep those lids on as much as you can. And then what else have we got here? So there's no reason why I can't just go ahead and scoop out a little bit of the mint and get that, because when I toss this pasta in, I want it to start immediately grabbing as much of the flavor as it can. It's why I've picked Fusilli. So I'm just going to take 2 good spoonfuls, put it right down in there. Again, I'm going to put that top back on because I don't want stuff getting in there. Let's give this a rinse. Here's my time off. About halfway through the pasta. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Dwayne. And I know Caroline's probably been doing some cooking this morning. She's got a full-time cooking gig going on at her house, I know. And she has some excellent eaters, kids who are pretty experimental, and she has one kid who's actually turned out to be a great cook himself, so you gotta love that. All right, so my corn, browning, I need just a little bit more browning, and I guess I need something. Can I use that in here? I guess I can. Let's see what happens when we do this. I don't know what people might say, but I'm going to take this and take it straight into my pan. I'm not going to let it get all over my pesto. I'm just going to let it sit adjacent to it because I want the pasta, the little crooks and whatever I'm trying to say, and the pasta to grab the sauce and not for it to all be just on the corn, right? But there's no reason for that to stay in its pan any longer. So here we go. This needs to turn off, and I'm going to push it back off the heat. Perfect. This can go off because I'm not going to need that much heat. I've already boiled these for a minute or 2 before, so they don't need any more. Now I am going to take a few little pieces of mint and just enough to kind of put a little chiffonade on top to give it a little pretty. Hello, Jorge. How are you? How are you? And here we go. So just a little tiny bit. So we'll just be able to throw that on the top when we're all done here. And there we go. Perfect. So thyme. I'm sure everybody knows this, but if you take your greens like this, trim them like they're flowers, put them in the water, tent them like a terrarium, they stay much longer in your refrigerator, don't fall apart. So that's a good thing. Now I also have out a little bit of my roasted garlic because I might decide that I want this to be a little more garlicky. As a matter of fact, just talking about it makes me want to put a little garlic. So I'm going to put a little garlic just for kicks, because of course there's garlic in this already. I'm just going to put that in with the mozzarella. And see, it's almost time to make more garlic. I use this stuff a lot. It's a really handy thing to do. A spoonful of garlic, a spoonful of any kind of pesto, toss it with a little ravioli in as long as it takes to make the ravioli, 4 minutes? It takes longer to boil the water than it does to make the dinner. So how are you doing on time? I'm almost there. Let me see what happens when I take a piece of pasta out of here. Okay. 2 pieces. Let's see how they feel. I mean, they don't feel too bad. They feel hot, that's for sure. Okay. I could use another minute or two, so we're right on track. Nice and salty though. Let me get something to drain. Ready to roll. So we're just in the final few seconds here. So I'm going to take the opportunity to raise my glass and say hello, Maria. How are you? How's life out on the island? So I don't know if everybody has heard. Well, some of you who don't live here probably don't know. But until the city opens their beaches, we can't go to anybody else's beaches. So please, you guys, continue to social distance and wear your masks so we can get past this place, so that I'm not required to stay on my own island for the rest of the summer. I know I can't say rest of the summer because it's not summer yet, and it's still like chilly outside today, but there we go. I'm going to feel like that these pastas were so close that I don't want them to be much more done than that. So even though we're probably only at about 8 minutes, I'm making the call and I'm pulling the pasta. So quick drain. And because this is a cold pasta, I'm not going to save any of that boiling water. I'm not going to make that kind of a sauce. Those look good. Make sure they drain really nicely. Hello, everybody. Now, toss that right there. Perfect. Now, just give that the corn and the mint pesto. So pretty. Oh, yeah. Nice. Now, the corn and the pasta kind of look the same color, but they smell really good together. And then I'm going to take the rest of the stuff and I'm going to dump that in also. Move this around because I want everything to be affected by the heat of this. And then as it cools, it'll just get more and more delicious. There was some discussion on some thing I follow about how that pasta salad has no flavor. Well, if your pasta salad has no flavor, then you must not be putting any flavor into it, because pasta is made to suck up flavor. Am I wrong about that? Now, I am going to do this one little thing because, you know, I like it spicy, so I'm going to put a tiny toss of cayenne pepper and a little bit of black pepper in here. And give this one more good turn. And then this just needs to go in the fridge so that it can cool. And like I said, I'm going to serve this over a bed of beautiful leafy greens with one of my salad dressings on it. And that's going to be supper tonight. But like I said, I'm going to have these 2 ears of corn for lunch with my delicious, spicy, acidic, limey butter. So, and I'll probably take the leftovers and put in one of these little guys, so that then you can just have it, boom, it's ready to go. Always make a little extra and save it for a rainy day. That's my lesson for today, guys. So I hope everybody is having a great day. It is absolutely noisy as can be outside today. I guess everything is kind of back to life here in New York. And so that's what's happening in my neck of the woods. And I hope you guys are all taking care. Remember, the sun is really strong today here on the East Coast. Put on your sunscreen or put on a big hat if you're going out. Take care of yourself. Get a little exercise. I got my 10,000 steps yesterday, so I can't tell you how much better my body feels just from moving like that yesterday. I couldn't be happier with my origami folding kitchen cart. So my heart is full. I feel blessed. I feel happy. And I'm going to say to all of you, have a great day. Do something for yourself. Feed yourself beautifully. Feed your body. Do something to strengthen yourself, both in your heart and your mind and your body. And do something kind for somebody else. Best way to make it through a pandemic. Right, guys? So that's all. And I've got to come back over here towards the refrigerator. Hello, Mike and Kevin and Michael and all of you guys. I thank you so much for coming by every day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks.